This is OGSoG Podcast Mafia. We have 4 topics, and each round, somebody is going to die. So the final topic of the game, and the final topic of today, I should say, is James Gunn will not save the DCEU.
Ooh.
So,
Who put this topic in the doc?
So I think I did originally, but I had posed it as, will James Gunn save the DCEU? But tomorrow,
And I said,
I didn't
make it juicier.
Yeah, make it juicier. So it was like, let's pick a definitive take here. And it's like, the take is that he will not save the DCEU. And you know what? As the most educated on this particular subject, I
On
think
James Gunn.
What? It's James Gunn. I think it's still gonna. I don't think he can save it. I don't think that he can save it.
Oh shit!
And don't get me
Really?
wrong, I am actually really excited for his take on the Batman movie. I think that's exciting. I think that we are in a time where there's just too many things going up against DC. And it sucks because I think Marvel's maybe at its weakest right now, quality-wise, where this would be the opportunity for them to really hit out some bangers. And I think that
some bang.
Hit out some bangers.
I love James Gunn. I think he's a fantastic director and writer. The Suicide Squad I think is a phenomenal film. I think that his Superman will be unique and different, which will be good. The problem it just lies in the industry right now, because outside of the DCEU, you're still getting a Batman sequel that's not part of his DCEU. You're still getting a Joker movie, which is outside of the DCEU. We are, as a whole, I think, in a time where it's just, we finally hit that oversaturation of superhero market. I think this year there's too many superhero movies to keep up. I think that as an industry, there's just too much going against the stream for James Gunn to I think he will make good films. I do not think he can save the DCEU.
I feel like everyone already knows where I stand on this. I think the DCEU sucks. The original Suicide Squad, literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And, I'm definitely in the minority here on the new Suicide Squad, but I did not like that movie.
Yeah.
I feel like this has always been like a sinking ship. It's just like they've done everything so wrong. They rushed everything about. They just were trying to catch up with Marvel, it felt like, so they just started rushing in all these characters. I don't know, man. It's good Henry Cavill's gone. He can go off and do other things and not be in this sinking ship that is the DCEU. I just think that, I'm so glad he gets to go work on Warhammer, because everything about the DCEU to me has been rushed and terrible. And I just don't think anything. I think you could bring in the best director in the world and no one could save it.
Correct.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
I really want to emphasize, because I think that his movies will be good. I just don't think that the DCEU can be saved.
I think so much damage has been done. How do you save it? I just don't think anything can.
Look at Shazam. It did so poorly because people knew that it doesn't matter. They're resetting everything with the Flash.
Yeah.
And even with the Flash, I'm curious if people are going to go to see it. There's a lot of
Who's
controversy.
going to go see it?
I
That's
will.
the big question. You will?
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jovan's a big Ezra Miller fan.
Jesus.
Personal life and everything.
You're going to get him canceled.
Wow.
Canceled
I
by
actually thought he
proxy.
was a great Flash. It sucks that he turned out to be a horrible person.
Yeah.
Seems to
he
be a
turned out to be a
problem.
piece of-
Acting wise, he's.
But come on, it's got Michael Keaton as Batman again, looking way too cool as Batman. I don't believe he's doing all these spin attacks. I'll still go to see it though, because it's resetting the world. But again, it's the end. People don't really see the end unless you build up to it. People saw Endgame because it was built up to it. Nothing is built up to the Flash, so it's not going to do well.
Ezra Miller aside, the Flash thing really seems like it's borrowing heavily from the Spider-Man No Way Home, with the multiple versions in the same movie and stuff. 2 Batmans. You got Batfleck and then Michael Keaton Batman in the same movie. It's this feels very reminiscent of, and then you've got the Flash as the guy.
There's also there's 2 Ezra Millers in this movie.
Yeah. It seems like someone went, how do we make our version of No Way Home? And I don't know if it's gonna be good.
Well, they answered that by saying we're going to bring in a problematic guy and then double him.
Yeah. You know how everyone loves Tom Holland? What if we got the opposite of that?
Yeah, we get a total villain to play the hero, and then we duplicate him.
To double the problematicness. Yeah. So my thing on James Gunn is I don't think he has any intention of trying to save the DCU in its current format. I think his thing is let's tear it all down, start from scratch. I know he wants to cast younger. I don't think he's saving anything. I think what he's going to be doing is more of rebooting everything. And, the Flash movie gives him the opportunity to do that.
Well, see, that's why there's even more confusion again, because no spoilers for Shazam 2, but he's still around. That guy's still around.
The Shazam character?
Yeah.
Can we put a spoiler warning? Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
What's his name?
We're
the actor?
See it. I didn't see
Zachary Levi.
Zach Levi. Yeah.
Go ahead, Soinky.
I was saying they're keeping him around as Shazam.
Based on the post-credit scene, yeah, it looks like there's. Again, this was all written beforehand, so it could all be irrelevant now. But the way that they did it, because it was supposed to be, I think the characters from Black Adam were supposed to show up in post-credit scene, but The Rock didn't want there to be any crossover.
The Rock has been trying to keep these two franchises separate since the initial movie where Black Adam was supposed to be in the first Shazam movie, and it just doesn't make I love The Rock. Moana is one of my favorite movies of all time, but I can't get over the fact
that was a take I wasn't expecting from Lasercorn.
Yeah, have I not said on this podcast that Moana is the best Disney animated movie?
No, you mentioned it a lot on your Moana podcast, though.
Oh yeah.
We are running out of time for the topic, and I don't think Mari has.
Yeah,
has
I'm
spoken,
sorry.
So.
Okay, well, my answer is I think that he will do his absolute best in doing so, but it really comes down to the fans. I think that Snyder Bros are going to rail on everything that comes out. To Jovin's point, I think that wondering what the runway for superhero genre movies are in general is a huge question, because I think there's fatigue all around. With James Gunn, how many times is he going to be able to take unknown characters and make us love them? He's done it multiple times with the entire Guardians of the Galaxy, everything with
Polka Dot Man work.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And he does it, and we've seen it in Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker, all these unknown characters, and so that's what he does best. But at what point are we going to get tired of it? And I think it's getting there. The good thing about DC, though, is that they don't have to stay with this squeaky clean sort of thing. And if they can bring the violence, if they can bring the other sides and shades of superheroes, the dark side of it, then I think they'll have a place.
Dark side.
Because of dark side, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
All
nice,
right.
Mark. Did you do that on purpose?
No, I did not. But I will take the credit.
That is the topic, and now Paco can go ahead and reveal who has been eliminated by an agent of OGSoG.
Peering over the top of your current issue of Vertigo Comics, you see that Lasercorn...
Again? You bastards killed me twice in one episode? Wow.
Damn.
I will not forget this. You've made a powerful enemy.
All right, camera's on.
Wow. I don't know.
That sucks because Lasercorn was my answer. For sure.
Oh yeah, what did I
wanted-
say that sounded scripted?
It was something about gutting everything. I don't remember your exact phrasing, but that was the one that stood out to me.
I want to mention that this entire episode, something could have gone very, very wrong, because after the first episode, I wasn't looking at my messages from Paco. So I could have been the killer at some point in time, and no one would have died.
Pacifist round.
As you look around the table and stare at the DC comics, no one has died. Congratulations.
But yeah, no, then we have to figure out who's dumb enough to have missed their cue. And then we have to have that discussion. And right
See this
now,
face,
if that ever happened, Joven, you're suspect number one if the killer doesn't.
I think, I don't know, maybe it was just my love for the dark side line and then Mari not understanding the double entendre. So maybe I think Paco might have gotten the dark side double entendre in there. and Mari said the joke but didn't know that she said the joke. So I'm going to base my accusation on Mari for that single line. I believe that was the what is it?
The only phrase that slays that I heard from Mari, and it's the benefit of talking first, is like, I don't remember specific things you said. The only thing that stood out in Mari's answer to me was the runway thing. She specifically used the term runway for superhero movies or something like that. So that was the only thing that stood out.
Okay, but Mari in every topic has given us like a phrase of like, I don't know, like just smart Mari. I don't know. Mari's got some new terms in her vocabulary now.
Runway is not an advanced word, Joven.
It's not an advanced word.
What is the context of the situation? Like, what is the runway for superhero movies? I'm like, well, what is the runway for superhero movies?
Mari, you have a thought?
I don't have any specifics, but Joven has been the killer once already. I don't know. I just think it's so hinky. I don't know why.
It is completely random. I will just remind everyone of that, but
I don't know why. I think it's so hinky.
How does Paco choose the killer? Do you, like, producer Paco? Do you want to share with how?
No metagaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I really picked a way.
I don't know.
You're right. It hasn't been so hinky, and that makes me think that it would be so hinky again, based on the randomness of it all.
Okay. Well, we'll do.
I'm gonna stick with Mari.
Okay. My instinct was Mari, but my first instinct was Lasercorn. But so Mari, and I think Mari's accusing me, so me and Mari have to rebuttal. So go ahead. I can go first, or you want to go first, Mari? Either way.
I can go first. Runway is in my notes, and I'm probably sounding a little bit smarter today because I pre-pro'd my answers and I have my notes in front of me. With that said, I'm honestly know that I said the word runway this time around.
Okay.
So, yeah.
My response is I thought it was Lasercorn, and Joven's kind of lucky to me because he went first, and I didn't hear anything in his answer.
I just speak really, really quickly now, and you can't.
Well, no, I just my only thought is Mari because of the runway thing, but I could be completely wrong, so that's it.
All right. So final picks are
final
votes. Mari. All right. Oh wait, no. We had
rebuttals.
Yeah, we can give votes now.
Okay.
So
I'm sticking with Mari for the dark side joke.
All right. I will vote Mari.
Oh, it doesn't matter where I vote. Okay. I'm still gonna.
You get bragging
points.
You get bragging rights if you pick the right one, though. If it's not you.
Okay. I'm sticking it on Joven.
I think it's so hinky. Just no one cares about the ghost, but.
Oh, did I hear something? No, it was just the wind.
Paco, go ahead and reveal, was Mari the killer?
So it turns out that the ghost was correct, and so Hinky is the killer.
Oh!
And the phrase that slays was, "It's good Henry Cavill is gone." I don't know, man. It's good Henry Cavill's gone. He can go off and do other things and not be in this sinking ship that is the DCEU.
Oh, nice. Good
that phrase. Been a red flag.
Good phrase. I just thought you were really passionate about him.
Actually, that did pique a little thing in my mind where I'm like, is he that big of a fan of Henry Cavill? Like, personally, like Henry Cavill? Like, I'm so glad for his career.
Like, had it been Lasercorn, I'd be like, yeah, that's a Lasercorn line for sure.
So the one to kill Joven was should have kept Batfleck, and I'm like, that just doesn't sound like it would come out of my mouth.
No.
And then my initial one, I was gonna kill Mari at first. The phrase was can't bank on obscure characters. But I thought everyone would argue against that because that's what James Gunn has done in the past with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's a big red flag, yeah.
So yeah, it would have stuck out. So the only one that made sense was it's good Henry Cavill's gone, and I was like, I'll just phrase it as the DC universe sucks and he'll go on to better things.
You know,
that was well done.
Going into this, I really thought there were some things that need to be fine-tuned about this, but I like how this turned out. I thought this was great.
This works.
Yeah.
I do too.
Welcome to the new OGSoG podcast, baby.
Yeah, we just gotta, kind of
OGSoG Mafia.
We gotta make sure that the segments are actually being timed, which I did a terrible job of, and we've been rolling for almost an hour and a half. But that's fine, because that just means Patreon's getting more content, baby. And by the way, if you're not watching the Patreon versions, you're missing out on quite a bit, like 2 of the rounds. So you should go on over to patreon.com/OGSoG and freaking check it out, because there's a lot of cool stuff over there, not just extended cuts. We do shout outs, you get your name in the end cards and all that stuff, and there's plenty more. So why don't you go ahead and check out all the tiers over on patreon.com/OGSoG. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, today, and we'll see you next time.
Big shout out and thank you to everyone over here on one of these sides, to all the people on our Patreon. We really appreciate everything that you do for us. And if you are watching here on YouTube, go click the link down below to check out what we offer on the Patreon, from react videos to extended episodes on our gameplay stuff. We do a lot, so check it out.